Oh, there's another glitch. I guess it's kind of a glitch with the camera, where sometimes you'll be walking, and the camera will just go fucking nuts, and it'll like flip around in 180, and because you're holding, the joystick going forward, you'll suddenly be going backwards. You have to change and reorient yourself, and it does that. It does that quite a bit in the game, and it's really quite fucking frustrating. And sometimes the shield credits, when you break boxes and stuff, you get shield credits, and that's how you like upgrade your costumes and such. But sometimes the shield credits will bounce into places you can't get to. That's particularly frustrating. I've had them bounce like through solid objects and land in the middle of pillars. Because like if you move the camera so that your character's behind a pillar or behind an object, the object will go transparent, and in the middle of this transparent object that I can't get into or break or do anything with was, like 3 shield credits just sitting there, and that was particularly annoying. But again, nothing like killer. This is a kind of a shitty part, but it's not the game's fault, but it's still a con. The online multiplayer is limited. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's an older game, but there just aren't a lot. Sometimes there's a huge surge of people. Like when that console came out and that bundle came out with Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Xbox 360, it was a game that came with the Xbox. There was a surge of people online, but it kind of tapered off, and there's not a whole lot of people online anymore. Another beef with the online multiplayer is that I'll just cover that when I get to. I'll just cut all that out and cover that when I get to the multiplayer aspect. Okay, and pros. It's just a really good game. The dialogue is very well written. It is very well voiced. There's only like 1 or 2 particular lines that I have. Well, only one that comes to mind right now. Anyway, that I have particular gripes with, because I don't think it's particularly witty. I think it's just stupid. There's an excellent roster of characters that I already ran through, and I don't want to run through again because there's 33 of them. The graphics are pretty goddamn good. Like I said, the cutscene graphics are generally really good. The final video looks fantastic. I don't know. I'm not very in the know with graphics. Like there's some things that to me just don't look fantastic. The people rave about it being all next gen and just wonderful, and I don't know. I don't notice it. But this game looks really, really good. I really love the way this looks. I'm sure somebody will get on and tell me that it looks awful, but I love the way it looks. And some of the in-game, like some of the character models, don't look very good. That reminds me, I have a personal gripe. With some of the costume choices. For instance, Thor. One of Thor's costumes. You get 4 costumes with most of the characters. There's a couple that only have 3, but whatever. You get 4 costumes with the characters. And for Thor, one of his costumes is Beta Ray Bill. Now, we all understand that Beta Ray Bill is not Thor, correct? No? Well, then I'll explain it. Beta Ray Bill was an alien, ostensibly, who used Thor's hammer because the hammer, Mjolnir only allowed people that it deems worthy to lift it and use it. And it deemed Beta Ray Bill's cause worthy, and he lifted it and used it and saved his people and whatnot. So Beta Ray Bill is one of Thor's costumes, but Beta Ray Bill does not sound like Thor. So when ever you hear Thor say something as Beta Ray Bill, I don't know, that kind of pisses me off a little bit. And one of Spider-Woman's characters is Spider-Girl, like one of her costumes, and Spider-Girl and Spider-Woman's powers aren't even fucking alike at all. I think. I mean, I'm not huge into Spider-Man, so maybe I'm wrong, and Spider-Girl is one of Spider-Woman's, Jessica Drew's aliases, but I don't think so. It's somebody completely different with completely different powers. So then when you have like Venom Blast and flying and shit as Spider-Girl, that pisses me off a little bit. Again, that may just be me though. I generally don't have as much to say good about the game, because generally if it's not something I would bring up in the cons, it's something good. And if I don't mention that like the controls are broken, if I don't say something like the controls are broken, the controls work pretty fucking well. The controls for this game work really well. I like the controls. I don't know what else there's to say. It's really great. And the storyline for the game is fantastic. I already mentioned the dialogue. I already mentioned the voice acting. I already mentioned the graphics. I don't know. It's perfect for anybody who is into Marvel. It's also perfect for anybody who's looking into getting into Marvel, because a lot of these characters, they mention their backstory. Like, it's not like you're completely in the dark about things. It mentions the backstories a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't for some of them. I don't remember now. Like I said, I'm big into Marvel, so I knew a lot of the backstories already. So, I mean, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You'd have to get somebody who doesn't know Marvel to play the game and mention whether or not they were in the dark on some things. I got all of it, though. So the multiplayer of this game. I like the multiplayer. I like being able to play with 3 of my other friends as any 4 characters. I'm going to share a little bit of possibly non-PC, but we had, me and my friends, we had a team going called Team Affirmative Action. That was a fun night. It was, what did it consist of? Luke Cage, Black Panther, Storm, and Blade. That's right, and Blade, and we were Team Affirmative Action. If you get that, you get that. If you don't, look it up. We found it hilarious. Like I said, it might be a little bit non-PC, but fuck it. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun to get a bunch of people together and 3 of your other friends together and play it. If you don't have 3 friends to get together at your house, it's always fun to go online with it. I have a gripe about the online though. The camera doesn't follow you. I get it for not on when you're playing on a single console, but online the camera should you should be able to go and not be constrained by like if somebody goes one way and you go the other, you're just fucking stuck. You're fighting over which way to go, and I don't know. The camera sometimes just doesn't work when you get 4 people playing together online. It worked better offline, I think. But and the multiplayer is kind of dry. Works well. There's the arcade mode, which tallies up kills, gathering of orbs, gathering of shield credits, style, like doing combos, using powers, stuff like that. It tallies up winners, and that's a kind of competitive edge to it that's rather entertaining. And then there's just straight up co-op where you play through the game, which is always fun too. And I think I've run out of things to say about Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I never thought that I would run out of things to say. I don't know, I kind of got a little bit more rambly than I did with Vampire Reign. I think maybe because I was trying to cover so goddamn much. But, yeah, if you have it, if you don't have it, I would recommend getting it. For your console of choice. I don't know. So, yeah, that was a review done for. That was done for a gentleman by the name of L Walker 20. Who requested it. If anybody else has any other reviews you'd like me to request. TiVo, by the way, I'm not going to do a review for Heroine Hero. That was a joke, I'm going to imagine. You didn't actually expect me to do a review for Heroine Hero, because I'm not going to. You don't even like Heroine Hero. You have a problem with fucking needles. What the hell's your problem? You would hate it if I did a review for Heroine Hero, because I'd find a way to show you gameplay footage of that, and I would just show you the needle over and over and over again. You'd have fucking problems, wouldn't you? So I'm not going to be doing that. But if anybody else has any reviews that they would really like for me to do, go ahead, let me know. I'd like to hear. I'd like to, have anything to do. I'll get around to doing that CD, showing off my CD collection. Chef Dog already beat me to it, but I fully intend to do that once I get my 2 new CDs. They're taking a really long time to get here. They might be here today, but I can't walk down to the... excuse me, yawn. I can't walk down to the... Well, I probably could, but I'd really rather not walk down to the post office with my knee. My knee is bothering me, so... There you go. Peace till the next video, y'all.